speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it go flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I leave where I ease. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I feel get out of sight. May I feel take away myself.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. And if it's Tuesday, as they say, there's an election going on somewhere in the United States. But we know it's Tuesday, so it's the Real Stuff podcast right here on our YouTube channel. I got Flavius, Max Juanette, Francine. They're all here with me this morning. So top of the morning, guys. Top of the morning, what's happening?
Morning, good morning.
How you doing? What's happening in your neck of the woods?
So far, so good. It's the same hot moment, hot morning, hot from last night. It's the same heat wave rushing through Jamaica. But I'm doing good. I'm alive and I'm happy and I'm in good health, good spirit. I'm doing great.
All right.
That sounds good.
What's happening in your neck of the woods, Max?
Grand rising, everyone. I'm all right. We have a little bit of storm problems here in Kissimmee. Last night we got hit pretty hard, and my connection was knocked out. We're back online again today, but it's still acting a little sketchy. So, yeah, bear with me, everyone. I'm still hanging in there, but I'm all right. Like Francine said, I have life. Medaya. How's everybody?
Flavius, what's happening in your neck of the woods?
Well, as you know, we have good-looking weather in the morning. I am on tired weather with the conference starting tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just work.
All right.
Work.
I hear you.
Until Friday morning. Thursday. Sky is very clear and blue. One and two clouds around the place, but not threatening, you know.
All right, I hear you. Well, as long as you have gray sky and it blue, that's good. That's good. We're talking today. We're going to continue. I think we should continue on the same subject a little bit, and then we can switch over into something else. It depends on what, because it seems that I wasn't satisfied yesterday. I'm getting some feedback, so I'm gonna ask you guys who have something on to turn it down, so I can hear myself more without having a feedback. But one of the things that I think I would like us to touch on, and I need to touch on it some more, that who are listening to us and watching us have an idea as to exactly the direction we want to go. How do we capture our youths? And when I say capture, I mean, how do we capture their minds? Does doing collab or doing combination or adults and youths working together, Is that one of the best way? Or should we say youths and youths work? You tell me when we come back. Because I'm going to play this song, something that I really love right now. And I don't know if it can capture the minds, but this lady here, she's a lyrical bantan when it comes to poetry. And I want you to listen to the lyrics and make us see if we can capture some youth mind this morning.
Self-mastery. On the journey to self-mastery, travel light. Unpack the baggages of expectations, people-pleasing, and likes. In the temple of your soul, work out your own salvation. The past is gone, nothing to salivate on. Learn from it. This moment is all we have. In it bears the seed of hope. Make every minute count. Water its roots. Keep it interesting. Investing what it has to contribute. Stand firm like sojourner in your own truth. Your own truth. You don't need a second opinion or no one's permission. You are your own muse. Reserve your energy. The more you make sense, the more you make enemies. The world is a fractured place. Broken humans holding on to thin air, balancing on a tightrope of despair, lacking social intelligence, consumer-driven society, manipulating the essence of your existence. Be your own apprentice. Master yourself. Confront the demons in your head. Elevate your moral landscape. Get out of your self-imposed cage. Use the tools you came with to construct castles and cast spells. You are the architect of your own life, the alchemist. Your mind is a gold mine. Self-mastery is the highest calling. We become what we think. We become what we think. Thoughts are things. The source of our misery and happiness comes from within. Work on your weaknesses. Hone your talents and skills. Experiences are valuable gifts. Time works its own magic. It will convert your passion into profit. Eliminate the deadlines in your mind. There is no magic carpet. Climbing up the winding staircase of success, you need a firm grip. Take your hands out of your pocket. Life is not a Rubik's Cube. All the colors of your dreams won't fall into place with a few clicks. The universe is a university that loves to teach. What you don't learn, it repeats. Obstacles are tests.
Yes, indeed. The poetry of the one and only Miss Cherry Natural. I know you hear the lyrics, Max, right? Can you hear me, Max? All right, I hear it here, Max.
Yes, indeed.
Turn on your volume.
Poetry of the one and only Miss Cherry Natural.
Okay, so Francine, you're an old. Flavius, not dear.
Oh, yes, I hear it
All
loud
right.
and clear.
Max Juanette, I'm going to be on you right now.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, me I hear you.
All right, I hear it here, man.
Yeah,
All right, good.
yeah, but may I hear you? May I hear your recording as well? To turn down your speaker yet? Turn it down, all the way down.
Okay, so Francine.
So, how do we do this now?
Yes, I hear it loud and clear.
Max Juanette, I'm going to be on you right
I still
Hear me?
not satisfied with how do we deal with the youths,
Okay, got it.
and I think that we need for farm a strategy for us. And when I say for us as the Real Stuff podcast, because we want to bring in youths into our fold,
I'm
right?
not hearing you.
You're not hearing me? How comes you not hear me, sister? Huh?
Hmm?
She said she's not hearing me. Francine, are you there?
I am right here.
Okay. Okay, are you hearing Francine? All right, Francine. Let me see. Max have a little problem.
Is it that you're on the Zoom or something?
She's on the Zoom, but she's not hearing me. She's on the Zoom. So I think
Oh.
I have to go figure out. We have to go figure out that from yesterday. She having that problem, so we have to go figure it out how we deal with that. So how do we capture the mind and the hearts of the youths? Francine,
Hmm?
how do
You
we
start now?
capture? Yeah, how do we capture the heart and the mind and the youths? Yeah, we start now.
All right. As we were talking on the whole idea of capturing the mind of the youth yesterday, we have to literally go in the mind of the youth. We have to become the youth. We have to start understanding what they are understanding, reading some of the stuff they are reading, watching some of the stuff they are watching to understand where they are. Another thing is, in order to capture them, we need to do things that can be interesting. What are the things? That's what we need to figure out now. Capturing them, how and to what extent? What do we do after capturing them? It's as if you have a lot of animals running about then, right? And when you decide that you want 6 pig, 3 goats, 5 hen, whatever it is, and you capture all these and you put them one place, what is your plan to do with them afterwards? Do you plan to segregate them? Do you plan to allow all of them to live loving? Do you want to see a big family reunion out of them? Do you want them to become curry goat with rice and peas? What are the plans? So after capturing getting the focus of them now, what do we do with them afterwards? So it's a plan A, but there has to be a plan B. What's next? So we can actually have programs that is user friendly to them, because it's not all young youths think the same way. Some persons are interested in different stuff, So as I said, we have to do some researches and identify things, and then we can do test runs. So we can have several different programs lined up after we do our researches, and then test run. So if we do a test run and this one fail, then we know we go to plan B.
True.
So it all has to be in the challenge, in the whole test run system, because we have to figure out what is going to capture them the most.
All right.
Because nothing comes off the ground at once, because everything is a trial and error. And in order to become perfect, you have to make some mistakes, and you can look back and say, all right, right. So when we watch and see, in order to capture them, we need to.
I'm getting a feedback. How would that
can
now?
be interesting. What are the things?
Are you there, Max?
We need to figure out now.
Max?
Right. Capture.
Are you there, Max? Not here, Max. So that sounds really sound good. Let me see if we have.
He was saying something. Hold on, he was saying something.
Hold on, let me see if we have Flavius here. Flavius, you there?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Okay. What you have to add to that?
No, somebody else was saying something just now, Franco.
Who was it? Because I'm the only person I hear was my voice coming back through.
No, man.
Yeah, man.
After capturing the
See, that's coming from the Zoom link. Max.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Max. All right. So Flavius, what you have to add to that?
I think we should not fall in the trap that most people do by wanting to create things for them. I think what we spoke about yesterday, having a group discussion And that will bring out a lot of the stuff that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do that, we're basically giving them a start to do them thing with some guidance.
Yeah, so that is the research, Flavius. That would be a part of the research.
Yeah, and make them discuss. If we bring them from the groups, them from different background, different countries, or whatever. And we can be thinking, because the initial thing is to hear what them thinking. Nowadays, the grown-ups don't hear what the youth them saying, and that is a very important thing.
Okay.
What them saying, what them want to do, what them like to do, and then we can move from there.
Okay.
That is the research. That is the research. So after we gather all information, because who is better to give us the information than them themselves? So that's why I said, adding on to what we had discussed yesterday. So when they discuss, we do research and we're listening and whatever, we can move from there. We can move on from there.
Fair enough.
Definitely.
Fair enough.
So I honestly think that yesterday was a very good. We finalized on the final part of it with the whole Caribbean Youth Voice movement. We can that's a good thing. Get them on. So we need to know locate persons who we can have on that program. Who is going to spearhead it? Who is going to organize the chat session? Among themselves. They're there talking. And we listen, get the information, and we work on it. Yeah, man.
Sound good. Max, you there
when
now?
We start,
yeah.
When we start that, some people will rise up, and you identify them, and you take it from there.
Right.
Okay.
We don't want to be in command.
No, you would identify the persons from the group, or they identify themselves.
All right. Sound good. Sound like a plan. One of the things that I kind of get out of yesterday, was yesterday I am using the reference to the collab between Berries and Popcorn. So when us as seniors, our elders, reach out to them and bring them in, then we understand us more better. And we can work with them from there on and then let them go. Because we're going to listen to them same way, take them opinions, hear what them have to say. And the program that, as Flavius said, create for them, we going to leave them to be their master that they are them one domain. Right there. So, but we're going there as a guide to guide over them. Simple as that. I want to grab some music and then I see if I can get back Max Wanted into the conversation with us. All right? So just hold on a minute, Max. We're coming.
Woman, sit upon the throne of glory. About Tarragon, tell you a true story. That might the mythical knight and Davon Silva.
Wishing you both are filled with happiness.
God of mercy,
with love, yeah. This for your queen, go on, fulfill your dreams. More kisses and hugs, yeah. And every fest was warm, like a tree seed.
What a monster!
And the rivers of love you were plant, yeah. Your promise will make me taste to surrender. Thank you, Lord, you're especially saint, yeah. Wish you the best and filled with happiness. From Sir with love, yeah. This for your queen, go on, fulfill your dreams. More kisses and hugs, yeah.
The woman forget to pamper. She forget pet the woman. No watch no step, she delicate woman. Forget tights and respect one. Mother, sister, don't let me tell you vital part and be biology. If she never open and let them baby would be. When she wanna proud sitting on me history. To the throne I know that could never be who you think nurture, pamper and care for me. To the long arc series I'm a eternity. No, no, the woman forget pamper. She forget the woman. Now watch those steps, she delicate a woman. Forget tights and respect one. Mother, sister, darling.
You're moving graciously. The loving you kiss me is so stress free. Yeah. You are a source of strength, Miss Magnificent, positive thinker.
Woman of the master race.
Oh my Madonna, modern emancipation. So wish you the best life filled with happiness. From Sir with love, yeah. This for your queen, go on, fulfill your dreams. More kisses and hugs.
Yeah. Then when you are going on with your girl shot, you mad? Couldn't be referring now to me, Princess Black. Well, if you now come out of the poopy back, that might cause if negativity, you would hold it back. Cause there's no other like the female gender. No amount of sex change can replace your mother. You might tend to differ as you go older, but the breast was best and still is me brother. The woman forget pamper, she forget the woman. Now watch those steps, she delicate a woman. Forget heights and respect one. Mother, sister, darling. Could I never come disrespect my queen, you know? No, you better come clean. Silver, come bounce it so.
Wish you the best life filled with happiness.
Yes, let's bounce it again. Max, are you there with us now? Max, are you there with us now?
I am here, Franco. Can you
All
hear me?
right, yeah, we are here. You're loud and clear now. Ball out. All right. So we're back again with New Pack, and we are Flavius, Francine, Max Juanette, and yours truly. And it's Discussion Tuesday. And as I said earlier, if it's Tuesday, there's an election going on somewhere in some county, in some town in the United States. Believe it or not. I know some people are saying, oh, you know that. Check it out. Google it. I know Max good at Googling, so Google it and you'll find out. Yeah, but we are having our Tuesday discussion. And I think I'm a bit satisfied with what I'm hearing, from my co-host. So I think we can move on to something else. But before we move on, I would like for us to make sure that we cement this idea that we decide we're going to move forward with. Okay? All right? Francine, all right. Flavius.
I'm right here.
Max Juanette. I'm just saying it, So
Sounds good.
I think we can do it. All right. So
as I said yesterday, we have to put things in action,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're saying it, but we need to put it in action. So it's actually when we start working this thing, we'll know if it's going to work or not. So the idea is brilliant. It's a very good idea. So let's put it into action and see what is going to be the result.
All right, fair enough.
If I can briefly interject, I've already started. Antonio Valer has given me a list of at least half a dozen youths who are poets, creatives, who are interested. I also spoke with Dr. Anita Caprice yesterday, and she has a group of women who are also interested in helping the youth. So things are happening.
I'm glad. Mm-hmm. I am glad things are happening. All right. Who we have in the chat box there, Max? Anybody in the live room on YouTube?
I didn't see anyone.
All right. I'm not looking. I haven't been looking on my monitor because I can't find it.
It's all right.
I don't know. I just can't find it. But anyway, what's on your mind?
Well, knowing that we're talking about the youths, I was speaking to a few of them this weekend, and they want to hear about things that they're interested in. Basically, like Francine was saying, I was able to catch a piece here and there. We have to get on their level of interest. You know, yeah, they may not dress how we may like, they may not speak how we may like, but we have to remember that once upon a time we were them. I could remember my mom did not like the way I dressed when I was 15. I was very rebellious. I was very Black Panther-ish and Rastafari-ish. So, and my mom wasn't with that. She was with the church, and we had a major disconnect that traveled until adulthood, because sometimes Jamaican parents are very stubborn. I was stubborn too as a parent. So I had to learn how to connect with the youths. I don't like games. I have to learn how to play these video games because this is what has the kids' attention. So we have to incorporate things that they're going to be interested in. You know, so the Real Stuff podcast, you see like how in the screen behind you, Franco, is it possible to get some type of game going where they can guess who is who, pick a topic, get them interacting, you know? We have to call on the technical department.
We have an account with Twitch. So we can use Twitch is a games room, and you can broadcast. The podcast can broadcast on it too. So I'll talk to my tech. I have a tech virgin who can set it up for me. Because he have been telling me, Franco, you should be doing it on Twitch, you know, because you draw more people, especially gamers. And I was like, but I thought we can just go on there and play games. And I said, no.
Right.
So all right. I'm going to look into it some more. I'm going to look into it. Definitely. Thanks, sir. I'm going to look into it.
No problem. We just got to keep brainstorming. We, what did we like as children? How do we speak to them? Even the younger ones. We have little children that, we can get them interested in poetry, get them to even come on the poetry corner if their parents allow. I mean, we can do a lot of different things. All of us have talents. Francine is one of the most funniest women that I know. It's amazing. The youths love that. They love to laugh. So we need to incorporate something. I don't know who can tell the best joke. What's the funniest thing you ever heard? Something to get them,
the funniest thing we ever heard. There's so many funny stuff now going on. You see them on you get them all the time. People send it to you on WhatsApp, and some of them are about kids, because I've been getting some kids videos lately, And it would be surprising when you see what some of there was a thing one time I used to listen to on the radio. Used to say things kids do the darnest things, It
was on TV. Yes, it's true.
And
kids say the darndest things, yeah.
And one of the darnest thing I remember I've ever heard, and I know if I ask all of you, one might get it quick now, because maybe you heard it before. Where does papa seed come from?
No, I'm not try to guess that one.
Francine, where papa seed come from?
No. From daddy, from between daddy.
Yeah, where it come from?
I don't know.
Papa seed.
Yeah, where did it come from? Where it come from? Where it come from? All right, you see.
What's the Francine? Say it again.
She's out of the papa. Let me say.
Between daddy foot. No.
Well. The thing, the first time when as a kid, gave us as adult. And that was 20 odd years ago. A little kid asked us, and I mean at the time when we hear it. We say, man, we are scratch waiting on the kid, time we don't do, we are scratch waiting on him. Say, you guys don't know? And we are saying, And one guy said, from the papa. And him say, you, and next man says something else. And him say, you and everybody. I says, everybody give something different. And him just push the man and say, from the papa out of the group. And him just turned to me and say, you guys wrong. So, you see, or him drop it, he make it look like the man who say from the papa wrong. But him just push him out of the group and just say, you guys wrong.
Is it?
So, them do say and do the darnest thing.
We can do something.
I was expecting to see my little friend this morning, Antonia Valier. But I haven't seen her, but I see somebody in the Zoom room who also is a youth advocate. You understand me? Yeah, he's a youth advocate. So I'm gonna ask him to join in on the conversation. You know, you don't have to show yourself, but I just want you to join in on the conversation. So that's Ansel Lee.
Ansel, mute your mic there.
Anthony, hey, Anthony, I bet you might mute.
His mic is
It's
there.
unmute now. Ansel.
I saw talk to you.
All right, we're going to put you back on mute. Yeah, so remember one of the things that Ansel had mentioned. Who else is there? Raspadam. Welcome to the conversation, my brother. We were talking about how to reach the youths, how to capture the minds of the youths of today. Is this the Raspadam from Asafa Yard?
Yes, man.
The artist also Raspadam.
Yes, I.
Yes. Big ups to you. Big ups to you, sir. Because I hear your music.
Welcome.
I've been hearing your music on Styles FM for the last couple of weeks and now, you know. So what can you tell us how to capture the minds of the youth, sir?
Well, for me, what I do is try to reach out to the youth, doing cultural experience so far, like drum lessons, you know, teaching them positive stuff, you know, like things that they can use their hand to do, like craft and stuff like that. So that's one of the way I try to reach out to the younger generation of youth, you know.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. And
Beautiful.
and you do that down by the Asafa Yard?
Yes, man, we do that by the Asaf Yard, in which we sometimes have drum classes on Saturdays, sometimes, and sometimes Friday. We have like Friday night drummings and stuff like that we do here.
Good. I'm glad you mentioned the Saturday because I am a lover of Saturdays with youths, and I think one of the things that I used to do as a youth on a Saturday, I used to go to a youth center and I would learn to play table tennis. I was good at playing football, but I wasn't good at table tennis. So that's how I get a lot of beating in the game, so I could be able to be a better player. And the Saturday morning it's like you don't want to miss it. You know, when Friday come, you go to bed early because you get up early Saturday morning because it starts at 9 o'clock and it finished by 1 o'clock. And I look forward to going and to eat the lunch. even though I was learning to play table tennis, you know. So I was thinking the other day, so since the youths them are so involved in technology, one of the best way to capture them is this thing they call internet radio. Why internet radio? If say for instance you set up an internet radio into like a community center, put it that way. Yeah. All you gotta do is bring them on a Saturday morning. Not everybody going to do the same thing, but you can find a couple of them, and that's part of journalism. You understand me? Not everybody can be a singer. That's part of the entertainment as well. Not everybody can be a singer or a DJ. You understand me? But you can teach them how to operate the soundboard, how to talk on the radio and things like that. You know, and the internet radio is the easiest radio to set up. And when I say easy, some people might say, nah, it's not easy because you have to get the equipment. Yeah, you're going to have to find the equipment. But once you set it up, you can set it up after like a big radio station studio when you have money. But if you set it up, that's a small thing. And I know Raspadam, you have the space by Asafa Yard, right?
Yeah, we do have the space by Asafa Yard that we could host a radio station as well. Yes.
Yeah, man. All right. That's something we're going to look into. Because the beauty of it is for hear a youth know say I hear him voice, a broadcast on a computer or a cellular phone, and him parents the next door or somewhere in the community, and she hear it, even if them not living in the community, him can call him grandmother and say, "Mommy, grand aunt, listen, put it on this, and you hear, you hear me talking." Beautiful, man, beautiful. Who else have something they want to say? Ansel, are you ready for us now? Yes, Raspadam, stay with us. Don't leave us. Mr. Lee, are you ready?
I don't know what going on.
No, we're talking how to capture the minds of the youth as early as possible. I remember you and I have a conversation months ago, and you had a thing in your community with the young girls, the little girls that were playing netball, and it was a.
That was you hearing me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a project. I really love to have something like that, but trust me, right now,
yeah,
you know, more adult we call interaction, because the role models them eroding fast.
Mm-hmm.
I lied to you. I cried, literally cried a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll lose the youth them. I like it. I love you do that kind of thing. It's this COVID lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
It restrict a lot of stuff. On Saturday we usually have a little thing on Saturday morning. We play football and things like that, but that is not even there now.
Mm-hmm. All of that taken away, huh?
The influence of the so-called models now is cruel, man.
But can I say this? At the end of the day now, you see, one of the things that we don't realize, and as Anthony said, it's cruel how the youths are being absent-minded, and we're losing them. But guess what? Some of the persons who were actually mentors, they have been affected by this whole COVID thing. So it's like they are more looking out for themselves and their immediate, instead of, because you usually have persons who would go out on a weekday or during the week, end of the week, to actually show some support. But now they have been affected one way or the other. So it's like whoever is supposed to carry on that baton, it's not there, you know. We have to look at individuals themselves that are strong-minded just the same. So whether or not, it doesn't matter what storm hits us, we have to stand and hold that fort in order to continue reaching out to the youth, because you have some persons, some youth, they are only holding on by a thread. So as soon as that thread has been taken away, are just seem as if it's just whittling away, bam, they're gone right back to whatever, because they were not cemented properly. So that's another thing that's affecting the whole system as well.
Yeah, that's true. The resources get limited. Max, up in your area, right?
Yeah.
How is your community and the youths them, responding right now?
Well, right now in Kissimmee, it's the kids are out of school. Some of them are doing summer school. And the youths that I've talked to really are like my nephews. They're 15, 14, 12. I have family in Georgia who, they're in their 20s, and they're interested in the music. They're concerned about COVID, but not as much as we are on the outside. I think it's more of them watching what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And based on, as usual, the parents, a lot of times there could be major crisis, but if the parents keep their heads, sometimes the children will as well, but it doesn't mean they're not affected. So, it's not easy. I don't see the camaraderie like how we had growing up as children, but it's, because people are fearful now, crime, all kinds of things are going on. but the youths are still interested in, life. They talk about their clothes, they talk about their music. They want to, everything is auntie, look at this, auntie, you like this style of Vans? It's some new clothing line they're wearing. Or they want to know what's going on in relationships. All my nephews that I just mentioned are boys. They're like, so auntie, what about this girl? These are things we need to talk about. We don't want to talk about children having sex or children getting intimate. What you think is going to happen? Because it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So we need to touch these topics because a lot of these children cannot talk to their parents. They can't talk to their elders that are around them. And then they're going to go out and who knows who they're going to talk to and what type of information they're going to get. So they come to me and they ask, auntie, or Miss Max, how about this? I'm seeing my cycle. What should I do? Or this, I get up in the morning and I don't understand. We have to open up to the youths and talk to them. Just talk to them. Okay. It's really just that simple.
That's true. It's funny. Oh, you said that. I remember back in the days when the drugs used to run rampant in the, about in the late 90s. And I have a friend, and he used to sit down and talk to his kids. And the way how him do it, we used to say, no, you can't do that. And him say, if I don't do it this way, guess what? When them go in the playground, that's how them friend go and introduce it to them.
Thank you.
So the way how he showed it to his kids, I mean, it was unorthodox, but it worked. Because him never have none of him kids them, when them in them teens, a struggle and a try pull for drugs and things like that. So, I mean, sometimes we can be blunt. If it's your child, you can be blunt.
Right. To each his own.
With others, no, you have to be careful sometime, you have to be careful. But the topic that you mentioned, the sex topic, yes, it's good for us to talk to them about that, and let them know, biologically, yes, them going to change. You understand me? Them going to change. So, I see Cecil join us. Welcome, Cecil. It's been a while.
Thank you. Good morning, all.
Good morning, Cecil.
Greetings. Good rising.
Cecil, the Jamaican saying, if somebody talk about you and them see you or you call them, you're going to live long. Because
so were you talking about me?
I was talking about it this morning. I was saying to Francine, I haven't seen Cecil. What happened? And she said, I should have asked you that. And I said, no, because the last time we see Cecil was like 2 weeks ago. And she said,
yes, and I was getting concerned because I was saying, what happened? Cecil run away, we don't hear him.
Yeah, she was saying, what happened to Cecil? So here you are, Cecil. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here. And thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine. We're talking about the youths, how to capture the youths, and things like that. Any ideas? Anything you have in mind that we could use?
Not really. No, I have not thought about youths for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy to listen, and if there's anything that catches my fancy, I'll jump in.
True,
that's okay.
True. Yeah, man, that's good. Let me go back to Ansel. Ansel.
Yeah, I just shared something with you, Franco.
Yes, so and it's about gangs threaten so-called child informers.
Yes. The reason why I shared it to you is that I said, look, this is not a joke situation.
Mm-hmm.
Where if we reach a stage where people go and target,
the young kid.
These young children. Believe me, it's a matter that every child is going to be subject to this.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's arbitrary. Children are going to be children.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you this. I learned this very long ago. You see, if a young child, I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 year old is in a house and a robber with a gun comes inside there, that child, that child going to bawl out, Not going to keep. That younger child going to cry out. The older one might hide.
Yeah.
But the child going to cry out. So you have to, for children, you have to have engagement. It cannot be a situation where you're going to have a lesson on the team. No, you have to have engagement. Have engagement.
Yeah, that's true. I shared it with you, Max. I don't know if it's on your WhatsApp. I just shared it with you because when I saw it today, I thought this was somewhere in Africa. Honestly.
Let me take a look.
But then when I looked down and I saw the Jamaica Gleaner where parents are locking away their children in central Kingston and made threats to kidnap minors who are labeled as informers. Can you imagine that?
Well, I want to tell you something, I'm looking at it as we speak. This gang thing, like Brother Ansel just said, is a very, very serious thing globally because it's very rampant up here in America, very, very rampant. I can speak on personal experience with the Bloods and the Crips because I've had very close family members that joined, that died in it. Some have escaped it. Some are still in it. They wanted to recruit me, so I'm very much aware. I've been in gang member meetings. I've talking to these gang members. It's serious. It's serious business.
They wanted to recruit you?
Let me explain something to you. Let me. You see, you're troublemaker.
No.
You know what it is that I find, to me, that these gangs, so-called gangs, are looking for is a home. They don't have, most of them normally are having some bad experience, trauma or abuse, neglect. There's some story, something usually attached. Then you also have the ones that's just decided, you know what, I want to do my own thing and heck, I'm going to do it. So, but you have all of these youths coming together, and when they hear someone, I assume that is speaking something that they are comfortable with talking about, then they gravitate to that person. But my thing was I couldn't join because I did not agree with the ways that they do things. Because initiation is a violent initiation. You have to fight. Everyone has to come and beat you up. You have to fight your way through it. I said, so I asked the gang member, they called him a big homie. I said, let me ask you a question. So you're telling me, for me to join your gang, for you to get knowledge from me, I have to let everybody beat me up, fight my way through, and then be a friend? I say, you got me mixed up. That's not going to work. However, this is what I will do. If any of you need a home, you need something to eat, you need a resource, you need money, food, anything that I can help you with, and you want to get started on the right track, doing the right things, then you can come. I've let them stay in my home. I've fed them. I've held their children. And no, I don't agree with the life that they're living per se, but I understand the youth because I used to be homeless. I was a homeless child in Brooklyn at 11 and nobody saw me. So I get it. Who feel it knows it. I respect Mr. Lee Cecil. He said, I don't have any children around you. You know, I haven't been connected with the youth, but yet he's sitting here. That's a very vital thing and an honorable thing to do because there's such a disconnect. We have to remember that these are our children. They are us. And if we continue to let them fall away at the wayside, recruiting is not going to, kidnapping, that's not going to be, that's nothing. This has been happening in Africa all over the world. This is not new. You still have child trafficking.
No, yeah, but they are kidnapping these kids to kill them because they are informers. That's what they're saying.
I know, because they feel snitches get stitches. And this is a stupid way of doing things. You know, I don't know. The government, when Dodos was running around, they sent everybody to come get Dodos. So what happened?
Them can't do the same thing for go get the criminals, them.
I think, let me tell you, I have a different point of view when it comes to this issue, you know. As I made a statement, if you, the kind of activity that it was employed, killed a lot of people, and the violence stopped for about 10 months.
Yeah.
You see, when Europe after that is a volcano. is uncontrollable. The guns are out there, numerous, and all over the place.
Oh, yes.
And I agree that you should have Dodos in the place to do and manage the thing. But listen, there are ways to do these things. And I think we have gone about it a bad way. Because if you use bullyism, and in any situation you use bullyism, you can only reap more bullyism.
That's right.
You can't treat the situation as if you're fighting some aliens or something like that. These are human beings. And if he escape today, I'm going to lick him wounds and I'm going to consider another way to come again.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to share with you, you know. You see, Mr. Cecil, I tell you this. There's an old African proverb, you know. There's an old African proverb that says, if the wise old person doesn't teach the kids, if the village wise person don't teach the kids, then the village fools certainly will.
That's right. That's right.
Max Wanet.
Yes, greetings, Brother Rasatiba. Glad to have you here.
Yes. I was wondering if I was in the mix. Yes, I am here. Greetings to everyone.
Greetings, Ras.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Brother Rasatiba, we're here and we're Brother Ansel was just speaking on it. We are here discussing ways that we can reach the youths, connect with the youths. And, you know, how can we go about doing this? We're open to suggestions because it needs to be done.
Well, one of the approach I use is art, roots, and culture. And it is the best way to communicate with young people. Because when it comes on to the art, it don't have no age limit. So when I just joined, I heard one and was speaking about, you know, the African tradition and so forth. One of the African tradition that is not being practiced is storytelling. Storytelling from elders, right? And all them things, the interaction with youths. One of the things, me in Brooklyn and me stay in the ghetto for many reasons, just to be a role model to some of the youths, boys and girls. I run a barber shop. I own a barber shop for the last 20 odd years. And I have counsel a whole heap of youth who we call gangsters. And let me tell you, we're really missing from our community is good parenting. I think parenting should become a part of the school curriculum for both boys and girls. And we at the village now must be that cushion, that buffer behind them, because parenting is very difficult because it is easy to get involved intimately and a child is being created. Okay, I use some examples between like domesticated animals and children. Since I came to this country, I realized the amount of emphasis people put into them pet, training them and keeping them in a certain order. And I think if we as human beings understand that there is a protocol to earth. A lot of people come on earth, you know, and when them come on earth, they want to be unruly. They want to come and break every rule when them sit in place. Me, the man for law and order. And when it come on to law and order, me no believe in a beating children. I believe in a tone. That means you use a certain tone when you school a youth. I believe in a tough love. I believe in a civic responsibility. I believe in doing the right thing in front of the youth. You understand me? So all these things are things where I practice. In my community, I help youth to go take them GED. Youth where get involved in them adopt kids up here so that can't see them grow up with people who are them parents. Most of the people who adopt these youth is only for the money. Them not really love them youth, yeah, and say, boy, them want them to be the best. So them taking these youths, and when them reach 18, sometimes them push them out on the street. And these people are the only parents these youths know, foster parents. So every demography or every country has a unique way to deal with them young people. Okay, Jamaica now, where we love so much. I think Jamaica and the youths them adopt this unruly behavior. And most of it come from entertainment. The entertainers them have a big role to repair Jamaica. And some of them so ignorant about the fact that them sit back and them only care about them family and themselves. And them don't know how destructive them lyrics, them approach, their behavior is to children. Children live what they learn. And it's time now for decent Jamaicans step up and defend them national music, which is reggae, and don't allow people to come and manipulate this beautiful energy what we call reggae. Monsieur Bob Marley used reggae to break down oppression, break down certain places. So why we have this powerful tool and we allow a handful of people to misuse it? Too much good people are sit down and I keep their mouth closed because they are not courageous enough to stand up for equal rights, justice, practice values, morals, and integrity.
A true thing, Ras. A true thing. A true thing.
Franco, I want to comment something here.
Yeah.
Listened intently.
Just 1 second, Brother Ansel, if I may. After you're done, I see Christina Antonia Valier here, and as one of the younger people in Jamaica, I would like to get her opinion, but please go ahead and continue.
No, I will be brief. I'm glad I heard the word children.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to hear about no kids. Kids and goats belong in the pen.
Yeah.
Love this, brother. Love this.
Respect.
True.
Antonia?
Yeah, Antonia.
Are you wrong? Sorry, Brother Rasativa. Yeah. I just wanted to get a little. Christina? Okay, we're not getting her right now. Unmute your mic.
I'm asking her to unmute her mic, but she's not picking up yet.
She may not be. She may be in school or studying and just listening in. You know.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Someone else wanted to speak.
You know, the Ras just mentioned something about the lyrics of the music. And every time I bring up this to people, them always say, no, I'm wrong. And I'm telling them, when I used to grow up, I grew up on rocksteady and reggae music. You understand me? That's the clock, but we still have another 15 minutes I'm going to use this morning. I grew up on rocksteady music and reggae music. And I remember the days when reggae music used to have no profanity. You understand me? Until when it started out into the dance. Me not talk the dancehall genre. Me talk into the dance. That's where it started first. And then them start put it pan wax. And you could hear it pan the minivan when you go to school. And I remember back in the late 90s, there was an incident in Jamaica about barring music off of these minibus. And instead of people agree with it, they disagree.
Thank you.
Because them said them for play the music, but it was the type of music they were banning them and said no profanity. I remember that, Jamaica.
And you see, Flavors, you see a lot of people, since we migrate to this country, I realize that a lot of people, they are paradise who don't love Jamaica. A lot of people born in Jamaica and don't love Jamaica. Because based upon history, there are two types of black people in Jamaica. One who is native to black people, to the country, and one who came there from Africa. And I said who came there from Africa. And we must start, as adults, we have to start to really open up to Jamaica. There's two mindsets or three mindsets around Jamaica. One is liberal, one is conservative, and one is independent. We don't talk about the independent mindset. We don't talk about JLP, which is the liberal, and we talk about the JLP, who is the conservative. Okay. And I was talking to a virgin the other day. You have unique groups at Jamaica who, if you know which party support them the most. The PMP is the party that supports most of the unique groups the most. Just like how you have the Democratic Party over here, that is the Liberal Party where would have stand up. So you have Jamaica is a Christian country. We know that. So Jamaica is a more conservative mindset, which it'll find more people gravitate to what the JLP is defending. That's why sometimes when you come out and you even show sympathy to unique community as a Rastafarian, sometimes you come and need certain attack. But we have this community in our country, the unique youth them. And people believe that these unique groups only act feminine as male. But these unique groups are even gangsters too. Because enough of the youth them who was incarcerated, they got exposed to a unique lifestyle. You understand me? And when them come back out now, because of the taboos, this is what when the initiation is all about. Sometimes initiation is not only beat up. It's all intimacy. So and then secrets are held. You understand me? So when we have to reason wide. Yes. And see why these young people rebel. And because me talk to them, because I'm a counselor in Brooklyn. So they come to me and I open up as a Rastafarian on every level we can think of. And sometimes these youth break down, that are tough, bad man, break down when we touch certain unique topics. You understand me? So, listen to these youths. Besides the one them are just unruly, but the one them who were abused, the one them who were neglected. So the whole gang and the whole being a part of a gang, it is more than even being bad. It sometimes is because of a lifestyle.
Well, Brother Rastatiba, you touch on a lot of valid points. I agree that there are certain music, even in America here, that is so toxic that as an adult, I don't listen to it, much less for children or the youths to listen to it. But it's not just the music industry alone. That's a part of the big puzzle. You have the music, you have the way we're living, we have the things going on to society, what we put up with, the movies that we're watching. I mean, we could go, there's so many different things that we have to discuss.
Sister Maxwell,
yes, darling.
Here my plan is for the future.
Yeah.
There's a young man came out and did a song say he doesn't like you, man.
Okay.
What we must do is to invite that young man into our space and tell me why you don't like you.
Yes, I heard him. I heard that song.
Yeah. Explain to us. You understand me? And there are some names like Predator. Why Predator? Why not Nice Guy or Mr. Dissa? So we now come now and say, okay, so and so. We are going to invite you in and say, why you choose this name over this name? Why was this topic given to your song? And all them things there. And right there and then, we as mature can have a dialogue with our young people, our children, and all them things there.
We have someone in the chat room. 1 second, Francine. Tolet says respect Ras. Go ahead, Francine. Go ahead.
Because that was my message this morning. We have to get into the minds of these young children, these youngsters, young adults. We cannot reach them if we don't understand what they are thinking. That's exactly what I said this morning. Because for me, you cannot teach or lecture me on something you know nothing about, because it's not going to be effective. Now, for me, like for me who have this little stubborn head sometimes,
How can you talk to me if you understand nothing I am going through? How can you say it's as if you have somebody who lost a mother? You have never lost even a father, nor a goat, nor a pig, nor a chicken. But yet still, you are the same one who come, oh, Francine, I know what you're going through. Lie, you don't know. You have never experienced it. You have never cried for a mother. You have never cried for a loved one. So close. So how is it you're going to tell me you understand? You don't. So for the youngsters, if we are going to open to them, reach them, we have to even open to them as well. We have to share some things with them.
That's right.
Yes.
Because
yes.
right, come on, like we're all together and we're all this and we're all that. We have to allow them that we were there. We experienced.
Yes.
We know about these type of things. We have been there. We have been neglected. We have been rejected. We have been pushed aside. We have been there. So
thank you.
That I don't like humans. Maybe his interpretation is not even what we're thinking about.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Precisely.
I have some youth now. You have some youth now who say every time they run into a difficulty, me not like human. When it's a learning experience, you know, say each mishap or challenge is a learning experience. So we are gonna move on from that, and here comes we now as the adult with a different view and an experience because we have lived too many experiences.
Yes,
we've forgotten that we were children. A lot of the things we see, actually, we have to stop this. We have to be real. A lot of the things we see our children doing, we used to do it. That's why we have jump up. So we have to remember that.
Listen.
Talk to the youth. I was guilty. I was caught up in that. When I saw my children doing certain things, I freak out. Why not do? We don't can't do them things. Because I was young and this is what I was used to and I did not know how to break out of it. So my children don't talk to me about nothing. So I was completely locked out of their lives. I took that pain and I learned. And there is not a youth that does not come to me. You have to learn. And you have to say, well, auntie, how you, why me you should do that thing, you know, boy. I tell you too still, but I was there. You have to relate to it.
And I can relate to that.
True.
Because I also said to my son, I said to him, listen, it's better you come and talk to me. Let me know anything. I will know how to approach the situation on the outside. If you hide things from me, I cannot be that defense that you are gonna need when time come and trouble come. So come talk to me. It doesn't matter how serious it is. And I tell you, I have been there. I said to him, say, mommy get into trouble. It's like, really? Me say, well, you in trouble, Papa.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I have been there. Mommy has been into work. So don't watch the outside now, because mommy learn her lesson. Mommy learned her lesson, and some lessons are harder to learn than some. So we don't want as parents, all right, some mothers would not want their daughters to talk to certain type of men. Why you think that happened? Because they themselves have been there, and now you see your daughter go down the same road and you start
true.
Start stressed out and Lord of mercy and chuck off a cliff and all them something there. No. Instead, what you ought to do is guide that child down the line, share different experiences, and say to them, don't make or try not to make the same experience. But you ever see some picking up, them know the stove hot, you know, them know the fire go burn them. But guess what? They want to make it burn them.
Feel they want to experience it.
Life experience.
So you see when you burn them, look at us. I bet them not touch it again.
All right. You see, one of my daughter, when she go up into, you know, our teenager stage, me that point out some things and tell her, and she'll listen. But you want to do for her own thing. So watch me now. No, she go crash, you know. But me, they don't know, as the wrecker, as the cushion, that means that when you crash and you start to cry, someone to my daughter and she cried for 1 week straight. And I was there for the 1 week straight and she cried. She bawled. The first part, and the crying, can't believe it. Oh, my father knows that this is going to happen. The second part loses prestigious opportunity because she didn't have position where you can't make no mistake. And me tell her, say, I saw them place the run. And when she do it, I have to take her to the park, walk her for about 1 week straight. And she cry and she cry and she cry. I'm gonna say, okay, good now. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna rest her. I make you go.
Yeah, a tough love, Rasa, tough love, you call it, you know. Yeah. You have to show them the tough love sometimes, you know. Sometimes you want to really run, go hug up and say,
go save them.
You go save them, you know, but you have to, once it now kill them off, you know, but you have to make them make some mistakes.
That is it, yeah.
Never again, you only hope that the mistakes that they made can be corrected. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, because me believe in one thing. From a certain age to 35, after 35, me give up on mistakes. So between them age, you can't do any little thing and me brush your off back and clean you. But after 35, me not talk to you. Me not correct you.
Hey, you're real daddy, you know, you're number one father, you know.
Listen, me I do the same thing.
Man, me not go 35, but 30 me cut off, man. 30 man.
Yeah, you cut off after that, I bet them know, say, okay,
yeah, man, you're big. As a matter of fact, me go far, because some people cut it at 20. But me still think you're young at 20, but me give you till 30. 30, you're full grown adult, you know, man.
You're full because you cover 4 7s now. You cover 4 7s. You cover 4 7s, 4 cycles.
That means simply whatever choices you're making at that age, I saw you want to do it.
Exactly.
Good, bad, and or the ugly.
Hey,
and
let me come in a minute.
Yeah,
because
Franco, go ahead.
Earlier, Rasa Tiba mentioned something about tone. Yeah. Same have various tones, and I remember at the age of 12, I was inside my house, right, doing my homework, and my mother. We heard a explosion, boom. But you know, you live in the ghetto. When you hear an explosion, only 2 things come to your mind. It's either a firecracker or a gunshot. Right? But my mother came inside and I was sitting down around the table doing my homework. And she draw me up and she looked at me and she said, you see, if me ever see her play with that the boy there, see? One way I'm going to do you. And I was asking her, who? No, the guy where she had talked about, you know, we are in the same class. But his brother is a delinquent, not the one who in my class, his brother. But she was saying because they are association, she don't want to see me with any of them because she know exactly what's going to happen. And let me tell you, he was outside with his brother, sitting beside his brother, and his brother was cleaning some object she saw. She didn't know it was a gun. And she was talking to her friend. And she heard this explosion. And she looked. But when she looked across the street, she and the guy, I make 4. And he was frightened. Because he thought that one of them get shot because the gun was pointing their direction. And that's when she found out. She saw the guy, you know, my classmate, sitting beside his brother. And his brother is an older man than him. And she came at me. And to that day, I never associate with him. We only talk in class and where. But when it come to, yes, we are going to buy plum or we are going to do this. No. Because my mother don't want me. So the tone of voice that I never get hit, you know. Just our tone of voice. Exactly. And that, yesterday, next week, I found myself into the youth corps. I started in the jump corps, actually, the community band. And then from there, I move on to become an altar server, and then from there to the youth group. So I had to put myself into these groups in order not to make my mother, you know, do certain things, because my only thing them time that after school was to play in football. And I couldn't make, because of this man, make me not get to play no more football. So tone of voice is true, it's true. Because, I do it with my kids, them know my tone of voice. Especially when they hear the Jamaica patois come out, them say, oh yeah, daddy get mad.
Are your glasses drop? No matter, you still go so.
Daddy get mad.
You see for your glasses and your nose fine. That's it.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, you better straight.
I see Cecil look like he wants to come in. You want to say something, Cecil?
Yes. My mom didn't use any voice. She just used her eyes. And you
My
have to
grandmother.
know the different look.
All right.
Yes. So
yes.
if I am doing something and I get a look, I know I better stop. So I understand about the tone of voice. My mom had the look. Give me the eye. And well, I guess I am fortunate in a way that when I was growing up, respect was number one.
That's right.
You have to say Mr. and Mrs. and
That's
Miss.
right.
You don't call anybody by their name. You have to say Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so.
Yeah.
To anybody. And if you do something wrong outside, the neighbor can give you a clapping safely, because
Indeed.
if I go home and complain, I get another one. So respect was
Respect.
first and foremost in my time.
True.
Yeah, man.
And when I grew up and got married, I was fortunate that we had two girls, and we never had any problem, knock wood, because I used the same discipline that I grew up under with my kids. So I didn't have the experience that I am listening to right now. I hear about it, but never experience it, which I consider myself fortunate in that direction.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
Beautiful.
true. Yeah. They say
And
this is
about
true.
what Mr. Ross said about loving Jamaica, I love Jamaica, even though I haven't been back for a long time. I left Jamaica in the late 60s and went to the United States. I lived there for a while and then we moved to Canada. But I still love Jamaica. But it really hurt my heart when I listened to the news of what's happening there. But I can only be have sorrowful feelings with what's happening there.
That's true. That is so true, man.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, man. You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
That's it.
I think we're out of time, but I'm going to give everyone at least 30 seconds, if you drop your summary, and then we can conclude. So I'm going to see who's there now. Who's there? Let me start with Cecil. Give Cecil the mic again.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I am really grateful for this invitation and the chance to express my little bit, which it's not much. It's more personal than abroad, so to speak. And hopefully, when I get as a matter of fact, I was late coming on today because I was attending a computer Zoom meeting that we used to have on a Tuesday, but because of the pandemic, it's on the Zoom thing, and it goes on from 11 to 11:45. That is why I was late coming on. Thank you.
All right, Cecil, you're welcome. Russ, I'm going to make you go.
Yes, I really appreciate being a part of this, whole discussion. And in the future, if you have anything like this and would like me to be a part, yes, I'll be a part of this beautiful vibration. And I must say, more blessing to the Real Stuff podcast and crew. It's an honor.
The pleasure is ours too as well. We're going to go with Max Juanette, the Empress.
Beautiful, beautiful show, wonderful guest. Special thank you to Brother Rasatiba. All I did was, you all saw me on the phone. I was like, Rasatiba, we're talking about the youths them. He said, I'll be there. He didn't, he's on the road. He just pull over. That's what I'm talking about. We have to get it done. We have to remember that we're all in this thing called life together. Namaste and one love.
All right. I'm going to go. Ansel, I know this morning you sent me an audio, so I just want you to do it as well in your 30 seconds, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. You can play it. I can play it. But I tell you something. If we're not careful, then as we grow old, they're gonna bury us. Right? And they're gonna bury us terribly. So we children are key. We must take care of them and guide them properly. Really guide them.
Absolutely. I see Eddie. Eddie, you want to go?
Thank you very much. I enjoyed the discussion. Sorry, I didn't participate much.
That's
but
okay.
Really, that's the way to go. We have to be authentic with our young people, and what we don't know to say we don't know, but what we have gone through to share with them, and because that is how we can reclaim that dignity and that caring for one another and for one another's children. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thanks.
You're welcome, Eddie. We see Percival. Percival, are you there? Well, let's go to Flavius. Flavius not there. What about Francine? Francine not there either.
I think Francine had to go.
She left.
Okay.
Yeah, she left earlier.
All right. Well, today I'm just gonna play Ansel Lee, as we call it, our daily inspiration, and I want you to, listen keenly to what Mr. Lee have to say. Here goes.
Breathe deeply. Refresh the motivation to create a good day today. Breathe deeply. Celebrate the confident steps emanating from positive thoughts nurtured by the innovative mindset. Breathe deeply. Be comforted with abilities acknowledged. Gratitude hugs every moment. Breathing deeply.
All right. So with that, we want to thank you all for taking time out this morning out of your busy schedule and for being here with us. And in the language of the Garifuna, we're going to ask Queen Lubafu to say that our Father for us, and then Tafina to take us out. So until Friday, because tomorrow we'll be doing the 13th Annual International Maroons Conference and Festival, Charlestown, in Portland, Jamaica. So it's a 2-day conference, Wednesday and Thursday. And the Real Stuff Podcast is honored to be a part of it. So on behalf of Flavius and myself, Max Juanette, Francine, I want to wish you all, those inside the live room in YouTube, I want to wish you a pleasant day and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. And for all our participants this morning, from Rasatiba, Cecil, Eddie, Percival, Ansel, and those of you who didn't participate, we thank you. So have a pleasant day.
You lead us so full. You belong far away away.
Ajugwala Lebabu Seru Lida Mua Lida Sungfula Lida Mua Lida Sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me do what set me a fickle flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
Me I fi get out outside. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I leave where I ease. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist.